students, a very warm welcome in today's class. Today we are going to discuss regarding our next topic, that is the Independent Election Commission. Now when it comes to Independent Election Commission, we are basically referring to free and fair election that is needed to be conducted. Now Independent Election Commission can also be referred, or you can say, under the Indian Constitution. It is there in regarding Independent Election Commission. It is there under Article 324(1). As you can see in this particular slide, Article 324(1), it superintends, it supervises, that means direction and control. It provides the direction, it also at the same time controls the election procedure that will be taken by the election commission. Now superintendence, direction and control of the preparation of the electoral rolls for and the conduct as well of all the elections to the parliament and to the legislature of every state, and of the election to the offices of president and vice president held under this constitution, right? So it is basically, you can say, election commission, or one of the important function of the election commission being an independent organization, is to ensure free and fair election, which comes under Article 324(1). Now when it comes to Article 324(1), this particular provision also provides or gives the power to the election commission to do everything that can be done when it comes to the conduction of the election. Okay, now it is not only just this particular Article 324 which provides the election commission with the power to do the things when it comes to the concern of election, but it was the Supreme Court also who have agreed with this interpretation of the constitution. So the person or the picture which you all can see in this particular slide, you need to find the answer, that who is this particular person, and this is your as a homework for today, that you need to find who is the person in the picture which has been given to you all in this particular slide. Now let's move on to the next, that is what are the basic provisions that are there under Article 324. Now as I've told you earlier, that under Article 324, Parliament, or all the elections which are there conducting in the Parliament and the state legislature, will be taken care by the Independent Election Commission at the national level. But now the question arises is that then who is going to look after, or who is responsible for conducting the election at the state level? Okay, so the answer is your State Election Commission. Now it is the State Election Commission who is going to look after the conduction of the election at the state level. It is not only just the State Election Commission, but under State Election Commission, it is the Chief Electoral Officer who will be there presiding in each and every state, will be appointed to assist the election commission also. Now when it comes to election commission, the term independent has been included. Okay, that means the election which will be there is free. Okay, there will be no such kind of a corruption, there will be no such kind of a unlawful means that will take place, right? But when it comes to just election commission, we basically refer it as either a single member or a multi-member body. Now when it comes to single member body, it means that a particular person or an individual can also run the election commission, right? But if there is an involvement of more than one person, it becomes multi-member body, right? That is the election commission. And currently also we have multi-member body in the election commission. Now at the earlier times, the Election Commission of India was a single member body. Now till 1989, the Election Commission was a single member body. Now why it was just till 1989? Because till 1989, the adult, you can say the age of adult, was 21 years old. but it was after 1989 that there was the change or amendment that has taken place in the age of adulthood, which has been decreased or which has been reduced from 21 years to 18 years, which we are currently following. Okay, so after that, or you can say after the conduction of the election of 1989, the two election commissioners has been appointed. So that means we have one as the head is the chief election commissioner along with the two other election commissioners. So this means there is involvement of more than one member. So we will be referring it as a multi-member body. If there would be only just chief election commissioner, then it would be referred as a single member body. Is it clear, students? I hope you all are getting it. So if there is a presence or involvement of just one person or one individual, for example, chief election commissioner, it will be referred as a single member body. But if there is a presence or involvement of more than one member, that is chief election commissioner along with the other election commissioners, then it will be referred as a multi-member body. So after 1989, India, or you can say the commission, has appointed two other election commissioners, which makes it 2 plus 1. So there is involvement of more than one member. So currently also we have from that day onwards, that is from the 1993 onwards till now, we have two election commissioners, or you can say we have a multi-member body. Okay, but after appointing in 1989, the two election commissioners were appointed, that is 2 plus 1. But again in 1990, the commission has reverted to its single member status. That means it went back again to the single member body in the year 1990. But after 1990, again in 1993, please listen it very carefully. Again in 1993, the two election commissioners were appointed, and since then the commissioner has remained a multi-member body. Okay, now if suppose there is a single member body, then it would be easy to resolve any kind of issues of conflict that will arise, because the final decision lies in the hands of the chief election commissioner. But the question here arises is that if there is a differences of opinion between the chief election commissioner and the two election commissioner, who is going to hold the maximum power? Now here, whether it's a chief election commissioner or it's the other two election commissioner, both of them or every member have the equal powers. All of them are having the equal powers in their hands, whether it's a chief election commissioner or it is a two election commissioner. But when it comes to chief election commissioner, we can refer him or her as the first among the equals. Is it clear? We will be referring chief election commissioner as the first among the equals. So every individual member have the equal power, right? But now here comes how to resolve the problem, correct? So for resolving this particular of differences in the opinion of these two person, that is chief election commissioner and your two election commissioner, majority opinion will be taken into consideration. For example, there is a particular decision that is needed to be made. Okay, now that on that particular decision, chief election commissioner is against the decision that has been given by the two election commissioner. But when it comes to majority, on one hand side we have only one individual, that is chief election commissioner, whereas on the other hand sides we have two members, that is two election commissioners. So when it comes to the majority opinion, the two election commissioners who are there on the opposite side are going to win, that the decision that has been made by them are going to be finalized. Is it clear? So you can say the chief election commissioner and the other two election commissioners which are there are been appointed by the President of India on the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. Okay, so these informations are a short introductory of the Independent Election Commission, the Election Commission of India, why it is referred as independent. Then it's regarding who appoints the chief election commissioner and the other two election commissioner. Is it clear? So this much for today, students. In our next class we are going to discuss regarding the further topics which are related, such as functions of the Indian, you can say, Election Commission of India. Okay students, thank you class.